Hi, Lou Eckes from Tropic Marin. Thanks for choosing Tropic Marin salts. Let's talk a little bit about why. It's an important choice, and Tropic Marin uses pharmaceutical-grade raw materials in all of its manufacturing. This is important because it ensures the lowest possible level of contaminants in your tank. We also have special grade mixers that ensure a very homogeneous mixture of the salt. So whether you're using 1 gallon or 200 gallons, you always get the same results. Now, Tropic Marin is one of the few salts in the world that guarantees all 70 trace elements found in natural seawater in the salt that you buy. Never using any words like essential trace elements or necessary trace elements that allow companies to cut that number down. Now, due to the purity and the consistency of Tropic Marin, it is the preferred salt by many research facilities and zoos and aquariums around the world that work with very sensitive saltwater animals. And Tropic Marin has been the leading resource for the most natural seawater products made from the purest raw materials for over 50 years. Tropic Marin makes 4 different salts. Let's talk about which one might be right for you and your tank. First, we have the classic salt. The classic salt is good for fish-only tanks for sure, and for reef tanks that you want to keep at a slightly higher alkalinity. The classic salt has an alkalinity of about 9 to 10 DKH, a calcium level about 380, and a magnesium level of 1250 to 1300. Now there's our Pro Reef salt. This is our most popular salt. This salt you use in tanks that are reef tanks where you want to keep an alkalinity closer to natural seawater. Remember, natural seawater is 6.5 DKH. The Pro Reef salt has an alkalinity of between 7 and 8 DKH. A calcium level, now that we've lowered the alkalinity, we can put a little bit more calcium and magnesium in. So the Pro Reef has a calcium level of between 420 and 440 parts per million, and a magnesium level between 1300 and 1350. Now we've got our bioactive system salt. This is an easy application salt. This salt already contains carbon dosing in the form of our Reef Active product. So every time you're doing a water change with the bioactive system salt, you're doing a low level of carbon dosing in the tank at the same time. The bioactive system salt has an alkalinity between 8 and 9 DKH, calcium level 420 to 440, magnesium level again about 1300 to 1350. Then we get to our easiest application salt, our symbiotic salt. Now this is a product that includes that carbon dosing just like the Pro Reef, but also contains probiotic bacteria, denitrifying bacteria, purple bacteria for the metabolism of hydrogen sulfide, and prebiotic bacterial foods. The symbiotic salt has an alkalinity of between 8 and 9, a calcium level of 420 to 440, and a magnesium level of about 1300 to 1350. Now a few quick saltwater mixing tips. Start with fresh RODI water, bring it up to the temp you're going to use in your tank. Then always remember to add the salt to the full volume of water, never the other way around, or you'll produce a whole bunch of calcium carbonate precipitate because of the unchelated calcium in all Tropic Marin products. Once you get it all dissolved, circulated and dissolved, once it's all dissolved and clear, you can use it. The classic salt and the Pro Reef salt will clear up very quickly. The symbiotic salt and the bioactive system salt will maintain a little bit of cloudiness because of the organic polymers. As long as it's fully dissolved, go ahead and use the salt water for your water change. Now for holding your salt, if you like to mix up your salt water and do your salt water change later, the classic salt and the Pro Reef salt can be held indefinitely as long as they're not exposed to light. The symbiotic and the bioactive system salt, because of the organic polymers, will form big clumps after about 24 or 36 hours, so you want to use that quickly after you have it mixed.